in the studio.
You got a whole. That's when you have all that fancy equipment. Things like that happen.
Look. Hey, y'all, we back. We back.
We are back.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm looking kind of crazy on this.
No, you look good.
Oh, I do. Okay.
I mean, focus.
Let me send Lily this link again. Hold on.
Listen, Lily was giving me some gems about you. I got questions that I need answers to.
Hold on. What do you say?
Don't worry. We'll wait. We'll wait for Lily to get on. So, I need backup to say questions because I don't know. You might not tell the audience the truth. And I need to know.
I don't know I got to hear it because I don't know what happened. The Lord didn't want this to happen.
That's okay.
No, I ain't gonna blame that.
We don't really never have accidents like that. Like we don't really have like.
I don't know what happened. I can't even look. Now I can't even tell my hat straight or what.
It's a little,
I'm all crooked in here. What's going on?
It's crazy because you usually. I was telling the audience, you usually stay on me about it. Get him framed.
I heard you. I heard you.
Turn that. And now look.
Hey y'all, we're back. Welcome to another episode of the Ep.44 podcast. Had technical difficulties. I don't know what happened, but we're back. We're back. I hope y'all watching. Waiting on my guest, my homie, Lee Williams, the Network King. Hopefully he'll be in a minute. But what was you talking about?
We were talking about this whole political situation, and I was telling you that I didn't watch the debate, nor did I watch a conference?
Right.
None of that, or when he was shot or, hit in the ear. I definitely think it helped him. I don't know if it did anything, but you were explaining to me because I didn't understand the whole black job situation. I didn't get it. I just kept hearing it. People play sound bites. Yeah. So I'm hearing the sound bites across social media because I didn't watch any of this. But maybe you can explain to me what a black job is. So
I don't know. Hey, look. My computer done messed up. I can't even get my hat straight.
It's cricket, please.
I know. I'm about to do it like that.
Okay. Make it look like it's, you did it that way.
Make it look like your uncle. Here you go. There you go. He's back.
But it's looking rough. Like you woke up and you was, you just.
Hey, Lee, what up?
Listen, Lily.
I don't know what happened, man.
I told Leon, I've learned some things. You've told me some things about Leon that he, after many years of conversations that we've had, heart to hearts and everything, of me being in his chair and, me telling him everything. He has yet never told me that, he used to dance and, wanted to be part of, New Edition. Nobody knew all these things. So I have a question for you. What was your favorite dance move? Like, what were you known for?
I wasn't known.
Was it the two-step? Was it a little?
Wait a minute. You talking about Lily or me?
You, sir.
I wasn't known for no certain dance step. I mean, what were we doing since elementary, Lily?
Yeah, man, since elementary. You go back and watch any of the New Edition videos, back in the videos when they did If It Isn't Love, Mr. Telephone Man, In the Rain, You're Not My Kind of Girl. Leon could do every one of those routines.
Yeah.
Which one were you? Were you sensitive? Like little Ralph Tresvant?
I wasn't Ralph. That was Will. I'm not sure. I can't even remember. I know Ralph was Will. No, he was Will.
Yeah. Leon at the time, he was doing parts of, I almost think, Ronnie and Ronnie and Johnny. Ronnie and Johnny. He was doing
Ronnie and Johnny.
Yeah. I could dance better than Johnny though.
He could dance better than Johnny.
So you still got it.
He was smooth with the moves, with the slides, the turns. Oh, he was getting it. He was getting it.
Hey, but shout out to his brother, Lily brother, Perry. He was our what's the
yeah, he was our choreographer.
I was gonna say he was a choreographer.
Yeah, he was Brooke Payne.
Yeah, he was our Brooke Payne, his brother.
So let me ask you this: y'all think y'all still got it? Can we bring the group back? What do we work with?
Now Lily probably still got. I forgot the moves. I don't know. I mean, if we practice now, we could do it.
Yeah, we practice. We could do it. We can do a little bit of it.
Listen, don't hurt your knees though. I don't want you to hurt your knees and your back. But if you still got it, we can put something together, a little showcase, for the 40 and up club.
Hey Lily, what the tape said? We ain't anybody recording nothing back then.
Well, see, there was some stuff on video because PJ and somebody had in the school recorded some stuff. So there's some VHS tapes lost somewhere deep in the files. Yeah. I just don't know who still has them nowadays.
Right.
But, now, Leon, you don't think I asked for that evidence?
You did?
I did. Mm-hmm.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. My favorite show we did was I think it was the girls pageant, that Not My Kind of Girl, when we had the black and yellow on.
Hey, y'all had outfits. Y'all had matching outfits.
Yeah, we had the whole thing, the tux with the cover bars. We had the black and yellow outfits. Oh yeah, we had it all.
Oh, y'all was real smooth with it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember people asking, I don't know if it was little younger girls or girls, whatever. I'm signing autographs like I'm famous.
Boy, I tell you, I need to meet said people. Yeah. I need to meet said people to get more information about this. I will be doing my recon.
Hey, anybody watching this who know what we did, me and Lily did in elementary and junior high, put it in the comments.
Please. And if you have some video, please message me personally because I would love to see it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Well, Mr.
Lily, glad to have you here.
Yes, we are excited. Listen, your resume is extremely extensive, but I love it. I love every minute of it. When I see my people, Black people in general, and it's like this, I don't care if it's 7 pages. I'm scrolling through it because I love it. I love it.
Thank you. And what's up, everybody watching? I got to get this party. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? This network, King Lee Williams. Today.
I love that. Now, tell the people more about you.
Let's see here. Well, my original hometown is Fayetteville, North Carolina. Born and raised there in the Hollywood Heights area. I played sports. Also, which kind of just growing off from that, I also teach and coach youth basketball, which is a thing I do now. Just took 3 teams down to Orlando, Florida for the AAU World Championship, competed down there. Didn't finish the way we wanted to, but we did have some great stuff to go on that part with that. I'm a public speaker, so I do speak at public events, functions, and all of that. Speak to businesses, people, everything on that part. I also am an actor, entertainer, host, MC, and I do stand-up comedy, improv comedy as well. And I'm a brand ambassador, social media influencer, which I love helping people. I love connecting people to businesses, and businesses to people. Because I feel like if we all can network together and help build and grow, we can help build things, just help each other to move forward to other things. And I also got a few other things doing now too. Travel agency that I handle and run as well, doing that. And got a beverage brand that I have out as well. I'm pushing and promoting as well also. And just trying to connect on different things. You know how they say, keep yourself with different avenues and just kind of build with each one and grow with it. I love being here with y'all and seeing Leon doing the things he's doing. I'm definitely proud of him and proud for him to see all the great things he's doing from, the barber chair, making it, styling everybody up, getting it right. And now doing this podcast and just helping impact lives. That's what it's all about.
Let me ask you this. Do you sleep?
I power nap. I say I power nap because I'm not one of those ones who sleeps 8 hours and stuff like that. 8 hours.
I can tell.
I get about 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and then I'm up and I'm rolling. I'm a church boy too. So I grew up in the church. My dad's a pastor. Also he sings, so I travel with him singing too. And see, back in the days as a kid when we were up, and traveling doing church, and then still doing the new edition stuff on the side. So, but in the church world of things and going to events and programs, we were up late at a lot of church programs. So I'd be up till, getting in town about 11, 12 o'clock at night from church events and then hitting the Waffle House. And then, have to get a little bit of sleep, get up for school, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. So my body has always been kind of wired doing that. So with the stuff I do now, it's like I'm just kind of used to it.
Wow. That is amazing.
And Lily,
a lot of work.
I never got a chance to ask you. How did you get started acting?
It's we always did the entertainment stuff live and always did MC. A good friend who's actually from Fayetteville, North Carolina, that I ended up kind of getting into and talking with. I saw Sheldon Bailey was doing some stuff. So I kind of chatted with him a little bit, and he's from Fayetteville area as well. And then Dennis L.A. White, which you all probably know. He actually had a role in the movie with Big and Notorious. So he played the best friend on that. Dennis was doing a acting class in Fayetteville. And I went and attended his acting workshop class and just kind of started from there. Got some lessons from him and went from there. And then got with some connections down in Wilmington, North Carolina. They had some, films, movies down there they were making. So I started out as a background extra, doing some background roles, and then just kind of started working with the crew and, network myself in, started getting with the crew and started working on the film crew and stuff, and got in as a stand-in on a couple of projects. So a few different projects got in on, like, what was it? Under the Dome, CBS, which was down at the time filming. There's a couple other movies and stuff coming in, and then I end up landing the stand-in role for Sleepy Hollow, which Orlando Jones from Mad TV, 7-Up commercials, and all of that. I was his body double and stand-in for Sleepy Hollow TV show, and that really just helped propel a lot of my career. Just kind of, learning from him and becoming friends with him. Actually, he's family. I call him family as well. And then just building from that, taking some advice from him and Dennis, Sheldon, and all those guys. It really just helped to build me towards more stuff and more opportunities. And I started getting speaking roles on HBO's Eastbound and Downland, speaking role with that, playing a part on Lizard Lick Towing. And it just opened up other doors, more opportunities, and just kept that working. And then got a chance to team up with Ron and Amy Shirley, and Ronnie's like a brother to me, Lizard Lick Towing, and got in on their show doing the piece too as well. And just kind of, God has opened doors. It's really been a blessing, when you just being humble and listening to people and taking the advice of others and just building from there.
Now, is acting your true passion or networking?
Networking is more of my true passion because I've always been, I love helping people grow and build and trying to help people get in with brands and companies. The acting part kind of fell in place with it because I love entertainment as well. And like I said, it's been years we've been doing this stuff. So I love doing that. So the acting just kind of fell in place with the other stuff. So the networking kind of opened up the doors with the acting. And so, which is good because like I got a few other projects that I do as well. I have my own TV network, King Network TV on Roku, and got some shows of my own that we've done on that part where I get to be me. It's like I'm not playing a character. I'm just on there as the network King Lee Williams. So that kind of helps another opportunity and growth and stuff like that. And with some of the roles that I've gotten on some of the shows, people you kind of have to take in of a character and see some stuff. And there's some stuff that I get to take in kind of what's just me naturally and just be cutting up and having a good time and a fun time.
Now look, when I first came home, so Lilo, Lily, I was telling you about his suits he be wearing. Mm-hmm. So when I first came home, let's see, I don't know, was this the first time I saw you, Lily? I think it was Fat Daddy's parking lot. Lily I think that you had blonde hair.
Yep.
At the time, I'm thinking like, what in the world is Lily doing? Why is his whole head blonde? Now we did used to do dye hair and stuff back in junior high school and all that, but he had his whole head blonde. I'm like, what Lily got going on here? Was that some of your around the time you starting to get into yourself as far as entertainment, more entertainment and acting?
It was with party entertainment because at the time when I had the blonde hair, and that was right around the time that Cisco was out.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I had a rap group and step team, but we were doing inspirational rap instead. So the blonde hair was kind of part of that deal that I was like, I just want to do something different. And believe it or not, I actually had my hair dyed one time. You remember the ice cream? It's like an ice cream cone, but they're like the ice that they change different colors. You had the rainbow colors, like 3 different colors in them. Mm-hmm. My hair was actually those 3 different colors. One side was red, one was blue, the other one had like a little lighter color blonde to it. But I was just kind of just doing a few different things with the hairstyle and with some of the wardrobe stuff that I would do, and that just kind of opened up a door. So it kind of went in with the acting stuff because as we were doing the music stuff, we also would do little skits and plays and stuff in between the musical songs with breaks of it, just to kind of give, because I wanted to have like an all-in-one style show. So with that, what we did on that, we kind of made an all-in-one style thing by doing some skits and doing the music performance.
I can definitely see how that would be a conversation piece if you were walking down the street.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now it shows just, kind of reading over, like I said, your resume is very extensive and it's amazing. I see that you've done a ton of training from, personal acting coaching to, voiceovers and all of these things. How did that come about? Because it's a lot. Like you do a lot of different trainings. It's like from one end to, different ends of the other end of the spectrum. How did you kind of get into that?
Well, see, the part of the voiceover work came about as I was emceeing and doing events and stuff like that. There's a few people who start talking to me and saying, "Hey, you got a voice. You almost like you're on the radio." And it kind of opened up to where we do WIDU radio station at the time. They were looking for somebody to do like some local artists, features and stuff. So I was actually doing a show on WIDU 1600 where I was playing music of the area artists, community artist groups, stuff like that. Groups that hadn't gotten the major breaks, they were from the area and kind of rising group. And as I started doing that, I started doing commercial promo for different stuff with coming stuff. So that's what kind of opened up for the with the voiceover work and all of that. And I started doing some training. So I figured, with the acting side, I was like, if I'm gonna dive in, I want to dive in and get pieces of all of it because the voiceover work pays good money. The acting stuff pays good as well, but like with voiceover work, you can just do an audition by just record it like with your phone, and then you send it over to the agent. So it ain't like you got to be on camera and doing that stuff there. And I was like, here's another opportunity. Let's get in on and do it. And that has actually opened a couple of doors because with doing the voiceover work, I was able to send some clips. There's a company called Ballsy Brand Products, and they do body wash, and they also do like the hair shampoo and conditioner. And as I started linking up with them and doing stuff, they found out that I did voiceover work, and they booked me for some voiceover work for them. So I became the voice for their brand on some of their with their products as well, and doing stuff. So and that's just kind of opened other doors, and just kind of started getting other things from there because even with like some of the stuff with animations and video work, a lot of these companies, they look for voiceover artists to do that. And if you can do a couple of different voices or change your voice up just a little bit, you can pick up 2 or 3 different roles on one project.
Yeah, that's really good. Maybe I should be a voiceover person. I don't know.
Make it work. Do it. Hey, I always say, take the chance. Try it. All these brands out here, it's always an opportunity to pick up and do some voiceover work for people. And they'll add their pictures, or if you got somebody who add pictures in the edits to it, I mean, it's a real good opportunity on it to happen.
Now, tell me, how did you get into these flashy suits? Where did that come from?
The company Oppo Suits are the one who makes the suits. They do Oppo Suits and also Suit Meister, which I've got on one of the jackets now. You can see question marks on it. They actually it was around 2000 and with them, because I used to do suits with other companies. Just I'll do various brands, but the Oppo Suits deal came about around 2013. and they were they're from out of French company, and they were kind of tapping into the U.S. market, doing some things. And they had an ad out there like, we're looking to work team up with some people. And I ended up submitting a piece to them. And at the same time I was submitting them a piece, I saw an email pop up for me. And they were like, hey, we've seen that you did some couple of videos that we're interested in. We want to team up with you and stuff. Would you be interested? And at the time I submitted, I was like, well, I was just emailing y'all because I saw y'all were looking for some people to connect with, stuff like that.
Get a little bit in the middle of the.
Okay. Oh, my bad. I'm leaning. Let me go right. There we go. Right. My bad. Okay. So as we kept talking and communicating, we did a few Skype sessions and talk. And they were like, would you be open to promoting our brand and stuff like that? And got some deals with some suits. And they were like, we'll connect and send you a couple of suits out. What you do on that part. So actually, my first video I did with them because the first suit I got from them was the Bada Boom suit, which is the Batman suit. I just got the Batman words on it whenever they used to punch people and go boom, bow, and all that. So I actually took that suit and I went and did tandem skydiving in that suit.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I made a commercial out of it and did that. And that's kind of what helped launch it with doing that deal. And then, went in there from there. They sent the Nova suit, which is the money suit. And I started pushing there. And then as I kept talking with him, I was like, look, I know I'm pushing your suits and I know we work with things like that. I was like, but I also, want to do an online store. What if I also sell the suits too? And they're like, yeah, you can do that as well. So then I opened up a business where I can sell the suits to people who like them as well. So it just kind of opened up another opportunity for me on two sides of it. That. And it was a real cool deal. The commercial doing the tandem skydiving thing, that was real interesting because that was my first time ever doing jumping out of a plane. So a little bit of nervousness, but it was fun. I mean, it's one of those things. I'm like, I would do it again because it's just the feeling of seeing everything below you and just the piece of just what you see out there looking down at the ground. And it was real cool. And then, too, it allowed me also. I took that video and even made it into a car commercial as well to sell cars. So it helped me with my automotive sales side of stuff too also.
Wow. Now you did talk about being a brand ambassador, and of course, me doing my research, I noticed. How did the relationship between you and Reebok come about?
The Reebok deal actually came through some conversation back and forth with Reebok brand. I'd previously been involved with And1, doing some stuff with And1 shoes before they went. They sold out a couple of times. Then when And1 sold out, they got picked up by another company and started going into Walmart. But And1 used to be carried in like Foot Lockers, the Foot Actions, and all of that. But they're big overseas. But then through that happening, and then when I ended up getting some deals talking in with Reebok, I kind of sent them some info with what I was doing with other brands and pushing stuff. And they just ended up chatting back with me. They were like, "But hey, we got some stuff we want to do. We'd love to promote, network with you. If there's an opportunity there, can we discuss it?" We kind of discussed things and started talking with some stuff about, with some numbers and seeing those stuff. And then just getting in with the links on that stuff there. And after reaching out and talking with them, it just opened up that door of Reebok from there. And it's a real cool brand, which I love networking with different brands. I mean, it's always just depends on what terms you do with your contract and how long you go for. Because I've been in talks with a few different brands, which now you got to kind of talk about a few different ones. Under Armour's one of them. Reebok has been there as well on that part. Still had conversations back and forth with And1 on stuff on that part. But Reebok made a pretty good deal with me and what they offered out, and it just opened up a lot of stuff with it on there too. And plus, I think with having the wild suits, because the suits catches a lot of attention, and it creates a good conversation starter. I mean, like right now in my collection, I've got 105 suits from the outdoor suit that I do different events with on that stuff. So the suit, so therefore now I kind of just try to find shoes that are accent with it and stuff like that. Like they say, the old school guy, you got to coordinate. You got to coordinate. Yeah. I try to coordinate little stuff there. And I still wear my wild and crazy shoes, the ones with the platforms with the fish in the bottom of them. And my say what?
When you said shoes, I was going to ask you about the platforms and how you even walking them things.
Very carefully. very careful. But I'm pretty used to that. The platforms I got, which like the Gene Simmons Kiss boots, those they have they give me an extra 6 inches in height. So then that makes me about 6'4", 6'5" with those on. But the shoes with the fish in the bottom of them, I always try to check areas out, but I learned that walking those by walking up and down steps in my townhouse that I had. So I used to spend a couple of hours just walking up and down the steps in those, and it got me used to comfortable to walking around on the ground because if you're on level ground, it's cool. You don't have problems. But like a lot of this I work on and do, the ground's gonna be uneven and unlevel. So I walk real careful, but I know how to keep lifting my foot up and stuff like that. And I've kind of built my legs up to kind of do it in the process.
I don't even know if I can do it, and I'm a heel girl,
Well, see, that's the thing. Y'all women, y'all got those pointy heels. The good thing with these, they platform, so I got a wider base that helps me out on that part. So it does help out on that part.
Yeah. Now you do so much. What does a day look like for Lily? Like when he first wakes up in the morning, what's a day?
Normally, my day normally starts. Now I kind of start at about 6:30 in the morning. I would get up, get a shower, give thanks, prayers, all that stuff. And then get me some breakfast in. And then, I'm normally just, I'll do some push-ups, sit-ups. I ain't saying I'm in the best shape, but I try to still do a little bit of stuff. I don't hit the gym like I used to. But then, I get over and start my work day with, in the automotive industry, selling cars at the Honda dealership. And in between that day, during that time, because with automotive sales, we do get a little bit of downtime. So I'm normally then like doing my, checking my emails, going through, scroll on Facebook. But like with my Facebook stuff, I have a team that helps me out with some of my stuff on Facebook. And I also set my schedule on my post. So I set my schedule. So that post out stuff so people think I'm online. I'm not. At times, I'll let the post just go out and I go back to the notification, check it out, and they respond back to them on that part of it. But and then my workflow kind of goes through the day on that part with responding back to emails. I handle a few business calls and conference calls. And if I get a couple of auditions from my agent, or if I pick up a couple of auditions from like Actors Access, I'll try to shoot a couple of auditions in between some of my work schedule. Like if I, during my lunch break, I may shoot an audition in to send back to my agent, or I have one of the guys at work to help me out, video for me. Something. So I try to launch stuff out pretty quick and get my auditions in on that stuff there. And then normally, whenever my downtime is done, because with my automotive work, I'm done about 6 o'clock or sometimes 8 o'clock in the evenings. Then I'm heading over to the gym, working with the kids, basketball if I got that on the schedule. Or if I don't have that, I'm going back home and just kind of working on stuff with tooling and also doing some of my travel agent stuff. But I have a team that helps me out as well. So that really helps out a lot by having a supportive team and members who help me with the flow of stuff. And that keeps me going on that part there. And I try to keep the other stuff in the schedule. My sleep time, I'm normally going to sleep probably about 1 or 2. And that's when really is my downtime. I may take about 30, 40 minutes, turn on Netflix or whatever's on and watch a little bit of TV, and just see what's going on there on that part. But then, normally, and sometimes if I'm talking to, businesses that are overseas, a lot of them, because the time zones are different, I'm normally handling some of my business at like that 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock time in the morning when I'm conversating with them, whether it's through a Skype meeting or something like that, or emails, phone calls, whatever it is. So, and I understand that dealing with people, China, France, wherever, in these other countries, you kind of got to operate a little bit with their schedules. So you got to be a little bit flexible. And I eat at different times too. So like I know I'll eat something like at say 8 in the morning, and then I'll grab my lunch. My lunch schedule, it varies. Sometimes I might do lunch at 12 o'clock. Other times I'm doing my lunch at like 4 o'clock. And then I'm like, my dinner is only going to be anywhere between that 8 and 11 o'clock time. So the Waffle House sees me pretty often too.
Wow.
Now, so look, dealing with all these companies and these brand deals and this and that, has there ever been a time where they didn't send your money on time, or you didn't get paid for something, or it was a mix-up? And tell us any of those deals.
There has been time. I'm not gonna say that like it ain't, man. There has been time, but with a lot of these things, that each company is a little bit different. Because some of them, they might not pay you immediately. Some of them will pay you in 30 days. I mean, it's about like if you're working on a film set, if you're doing like, start working with films, you don't get paid immediately, whenever you're there that day. You sign your information, you fill out your information, you might get a check in the mail 2 weeks later, 3 weeks after that, or stuff like that. So you kind of got to adjust yourself to know I'm getting paid later on. And sometimes, when they send it to the agents, it can take a little bit of time. If your agent may be busy and they ain't got stuff done in process, you might see stuff a month and a half after the fact. But I'm one of those ones. I've got a good agent and good team. And so, the good thing is I know if something's a little bit off, I can just email them or call them, hey, I haven't seen this yet. Can you give me an update? And it's all cool. I know it's coming. And that's the thing about, just preparing yourself and set aside enough stuff where I'm not living in the point of, I got to get it right now and I got to get it right then. So, it's really being patient about that. And each company is different. I mean, there have been sometimes where companies have forgot to send their check like they were supposed to, and you have to call and talk with them. There's been a couple of times with some brands, if they change managers or change certain stuff, there's some people you have to go through certain things, but that's why I always try to make sure I send my invoice over in time. So that way, when I send my invoice, I got my proof of what's over there to them, and I can paperwork of what's over there to them. So that way, they can make sure they got my stuff to get me paid and get me handled. Because I mean, if you don't have your stuff sent, and these places change management and stuff like that, you were dealing with somebody else. Some of them will try to hit you with the, oh, we ain't got no paperwork, we don't know, this, that, whatever, and they'll try to avoid paying. So I try to really have all that stuff in line and ready on my end. I'm like, as long as I'm ready, got my stuff in order, I'm okay on the other end of it. And and that's the good thing about it. And I try to work with each company differently because I do a lot of stuff with some mom and pop businesses, and they don't have the big corporate income, corporate funds to do the stuff. So I try to work and negotiate accordingly to the project of what I'm doing with that part because I'm not a big name or nothing like that, So I figure, hey, I want to help people out, help build where I can, and I want to help these smaller companies to grow and big.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. So you live in North Carolina? You reside?
I reside in Tennessee now. So I'm over in Walkerville, Tennessee, right near Bristol, Tennessee, where the Bristol Motor Speedway is. So I'm about an hour away from Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, wow. I love Asheville and Tennessee. I was going to say, do you think that your career, as far as with acting and, even networking, do you think if you live somewhere maybe on the West Coast, you would be in a different space per se?
I believe it would. But now, like if you look, even going down in the Georgia, let's go down south of Georgia, you got a lot of TV and film productions there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it stays busy. I would be probably more active as an actor there, but I feel like where I'm at here has really been a blessing to me, making the move from Wilmington, North Carolina. So I was in Wilmington before I moved here. And I think everything has a season and a time.
Okay.
Moving here, this is a smaller area. So it allowed me to focus more on my branding myself and getting myself fine-tuned to do more stuff where I can kind of work with things and try stuff, on different things on that level. So, in Wilmington, I was a little more busier with the acting stuff and on film projects, stuff like that. So I didn't get to really fine tune the brand ambassador side with stuff on there. So then whenever I moved out this way, I was able to kind of change it up a little bit and do things. And this being a smaller area, it allowed me to test some things. So I know whenever I do go into the bigger market, I'm like, I know I've got this working here. And with social media, it's helped to grow it because some of the bigger markets are seeing it. So, it does help to help me to grow and build on that part where I can expand a little bit more. And it's helping me to kind of fine tune on as I'm building my team and put more of my team
together. Are you still getting any past funding or residual checks from any of these places or people you dealt with?
Yeah. Matter of fact, the speaking role I have on Eastbound and Down, I still get residual checks from that.
Really?
like in 2013 and stuff like that. I still get a couple residuals from some other commercials and stuff like that. It's if they're still running in places like they run in other countries, you do still get some checks on that stuff. There. I mean, I ain't saying that like they all big checks because they ain't. I mean, it sometimes I look at it and I'll laugh. You see a check that comes in for like $2.30 or 35 cents or something that you might have had a small roll on. But I'm still thankful for it. So I thank God for it. Now there's some people out there. I think it was Ricky Smiley. Somebody they were like, I think he said he got like a $5 or a $50 residual check for Friday, and he was like, he just threw it away or whatever it was. I'm like, well, man, that's on you. You throw it away. I'm putting mine in the bank. That's a blessing.
Right.
Taxes or something. I mean, that might pay for that extra cheese on that burger. So
yeah, it's $50 more than you had yesterday.
Yeah, and I always look at it like this. I mean, when you do different businesses, you're not gonna make steak on everything. So if I got something that's giving me the sides, I mean, if it's giving me the macaroni and cheese, the mashed potatoes and gravy to go with that steak, I'm gonna keep that little extra money coming in, and it helps out. So I mean, for those people, anybody who's watching, if you think them pennies don't add up, them dimes don't add up, you go put it in a piggy bank and you let it sit for a while, and then you go to the bank and just turn that whole thing in. When it add up to $200, $300, then you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm glad I saved them pennies and them dimes and that stuff like that.
Right. Now, what's your dream brand that you would want to work with?
Ooh, my dream brand. I really would love to connect something with the Nike brand or the Jordan. I really would love something with them. But I mean, I'm happy, and I want to get a deeper connect. I would love to get a deeper connect with, like I've got a good connect with Reebok, but there's levels to it, So I would love to get a deeper connect with that. If I could do a commercial with Shaq or something like that, that would be some of my stuff like a dream opportunity. Get some opportunities like that in with them. I mean, it's every brand has their stuff on there they do. I mean, and I'm in talks with some cooking companies too, some grill companies and stuff that I'm looking at trying to connect with. So I would love to do something on that because I've got a project that I'm doing and a song I put together for a grill brand if we end up working it out. So that's kind of some dream stuff that I love to do. And I love the smaller companies too, because they help a small company build. If I can help them to build become like a multi-major company, that's huge. I look at those things as huge blessings because they're the underdogs.
Yeah.
Now you sitting here looking at you talking about all the things you're doing. You recently just lost your mother. And let me tell you, Lily's mom was one of the sweetest spirits ever. And even his dad, they just some of the coolest people, laid back, they're cool. And she was one of the sweetest persons ever. How you doing? How are you dealing with that now? With all your jobs or everything you're doing, how's that going for you?
Well, I'll tell you, man. It's I'm not over it. I'll still tell you that. There's the thing about that is, my mom and my dad and my brother actually came up here to visit me up here in Tennessee back in December. I've been here for 7 years. That was their first time coming up to visit. And so we've been going back and forth trying to get them here. And she had the greatest time of her life when she came up here to visit. I mean, she was just happy, joyous. She was stepping out. I showed her the Bristol Motor Speedway. Her and my brother and my dad, they got out, took pictures, and it was raining a little bit. You could tell she was a little bit under the weather because she'd been dealing with, she'd been on dialysis for some years, heart issues, high blood pressure, and kidney issues. But it was really, she was really happy to be here, and that was a fun thing to have them up and to bring them up for that. And she was one of my biggest supporters, and she was one of the people that I could always call and talk to. And with my ideas, even though she knew I do some crazy and wild stuff sometimes. Leon, you've seen my videos sometimes, and the stuff I've done, the Richard Simmons character, Black Richard Simmons character, and that stuff. And sometimes my mom didn't have social media, but people would reach out and call her, and my brother would show her stuff I did. So she'd be like, "Boy, what world? You just crazy. Be careful though. You crazy. It's all right." And but she was one of my biggest supporters. You know, and I could always call and talk to her about things. You know, so now I talk to her in spirit. And that's a big thing for me, you know, is being able to talk to her in spirit about stuff, you know. And she would always keep an eye, like the shows I was in, she'd watch them, and you know, and it was a blessing because to have her around the time of that, you know, to have her in my life, because I got a chance to introduce her to Orlando Jones. She got to meet him in person. She got to meet a lot of different people, and you know, she really loved the community, loved people, man. And a lot of the stuff that I do now, I really look at, you know, what her and my dad instilled in, and also what, you know, like what, you know, with your mom, you know, and Mac and everybody, all the parents really, they kept us all, they hammered down on us. They would do stuff, keep us in line. They beat us if we needed to beat us. So it ain't like you got beat by one parent. You catch it by any parent possible, and I did. If you were out of line with something, and they raised us to work on things to get better in our lives throughout as we moved on in life, to just continue to work on trying to do better and try to help the community. So all of my works that I do, the projects that I work on, you know, I really look at stuff like her and my dad have instilled in me and the things that they taught me, and I really take part in the things of what I do, because they have always said, you know, whatever you do, you believe in what you do. Whatever you do, you put forth your best effort. So, like with the brands that I work and I deal with, I tell those brands, look, I gotta try this product, I gotta do this, I gotta try that, I need to see how it works. Because if I don't believe in it, I'm not gonna promote it.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not gonna push it to the people, the followers, and supporters, because I'm like, people can tell if you truly believe in something. And you know, and that's the thing about it, is being able to have the products and wear them, and use them, and you know, it adds an extra piece to it, rather than just being an actor who's promoting that they paid to promote it. It's like, nah, I've got these products at my home. I'm using these things. I'm you know, wearing these items. So that's a big plus. And you know, so you know, the thing is, you know, with mom being gone, you know, it's a hurt there. But then I know that she's in heaven. She's looking down on me and looking down on all of us. She's like, I'm proud of you. You know, those are all my boys down there. She looked at all of us. Leon as a kid. She looked at me, you know, all of our friends. She looked at them as her kids as well. And that's the thing about it. So I know she's looking down and just smiling. And, you know, to be able to know that she's happy with where she's at. And, you know, she's in a place where she's at peace. It gives me more push and more energy to want to try to do more, and to also want to help younger people to grow and build and to do better and help them along their way and give back to them.
Man, I was watching a video clip about a week ago or something. Your dad's still going. How old is he? How old is he now?
Gosh, Dad is 79 now, I believe, if I'm correct.
Yeah, he was
so he's up there, man. He's up in age, but he's still praising God, man. He's still up on that stage singing. He in the pulpit preaching, and he's still shouting. Now that man, it's like he's a, you know, some people are like 4-cylinder engines and 6-cylinder engines. He's like a V12. So he's like a supercar, supercharged. Because when that spirit hits him, he be jumping and moving. I'd be like, man, I hope I have his energy, whatever his age. Because I mean, it's like, you know, he's fired up for the Lord. He stays moving.
And when you can see it, that's even better.
Oh yeah.
Dad got the Megan knees. I'm here for it.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I'll share a story with y'all. With him, this was back when I was in the North Carolina area living. And like I said, Dad gets the spirit and it gets him moving, stuff like that. We were singing at an event, and we were at a auditorium. It was an arena actually. And you know how they have like orchestra pit? It's like down below. So it's about every bit about an 8 to 10 foot drop down. Well, Dad was singing, and he spirit hit him. He jumped down to go talk and get into the crowd. He jumped down that orchestra pit before we had even like got a chance to be like, hey, no. And he went down. When he came down, landed, and he was like, and he's down there shouting and moving. He was like, boys, come on. I was like, look, spirit ain't in me to jump I'm walking down these steps. Me and my brother, we went down the steps, and and walked down. I was like, that's a drop. My brother looked at me. He was like, man, he said, had to be the Lord with him when he made it, because we didn't jump, we need a parachute.
Wow. Now, still looking over your resume and all the many things. So you said you have a radio station, right? Are you still doing it, or?
I don't have a radio station. I had a radio show.
You had a radio show. Okay.
And I was doing that at WIDU radio station in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And then I ended up doing a radio show with a radio station over in Wilmington, North Carolina, whenever I was there as well. But what I have now, I have a TV network, and it's called King Network TV. And it's on Roku, so people can download on Roku, stuff like that. It's free. There's no subscription charge to it. And what I do is I help independent content creators. So anybody who has a TV show, podcast, stuff like that, or if they do music, if they have music videos, they can share it on my platform. And we're really working with people and artists to really try to help people out, to where, like I said, I don't charge them to put their content on. And then the way we try to make our money is by the brand companies that pay to put commercials around the content. So that's on that part there, and then we try to share a percentage back to the to the content creator. Companies want to put content, like businesses want to put content on the front or the back of the show. We can do a percentage with the companies on that part, on that portion there. So that's another way that we want to do something, grow. And I have a lot of great people. Orlando Jones has some work on there. Some of his animations are on there, content stuff. I've got a couple of shows on there that I do. A couple other people have stuff on there. Jesse Mitchell has a podcast that runs on there. He's out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's Straight No Chase. He does that. So we got some people from Texas, got music artists from Canada, got people from California, Tennessee that have projects on there as well. And I always tell people, it doesn't matter the length of your content, because like your normal TV stations, you have to do a 30-minute show or an hour-long show, well, really 28, 66, when they put the time to put commercials after, stuff like that, bumpers on. But I tell people, even if you have like a 5-minute or a 10-minute show or set, you can put that on there. If you're somebody who's want to try to do a cooking show and stuff like that, they can put little pieces on that part. So it's almost like a version of TikTok per se, but it gives you a little bit longer time and allows people an opportunity to grow this stuff. So I'm like, it gives them a chance to advertise their show being on a Roku channel. It gives them a chance to do other stuff, and they're not exclusive to my channel, because I tell them, try to put your stuff on other networks or other channels. I don't want you to be exclusive to me, because whenever you make yourself exclusive, you can only be on one thing. And then, I'm like, when you're doing that deal, you should be able to get paid a bigger amount of money to be exclusive to somebody or to something. So that way, if you can get on more channels, more opportunities, it's going to expand your brand, your network of what you do.
That's great. That's good to know, actually. Helping the people.
Yeah. Look, I wanted to ask you, how did you put your team together? Is it a big team, small team? Do you pay them? Or they kind of look out? How did it work?
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you something I learned. And Orlando Jones had shared this with me, because like I said, I picked his brain a lot. He shared a lot of great information with me, and I'm really thankful for that. Because he has like teams, graphics teams, and people that work with him. He's got his management team, staff, and all of that. And and he had shared a message with me where he said, you got a lot of people out here who are supportive of you. They want to build, they want to grow. But you also will find people who want to do movies, they want to do film, people who want to, share social media content, they want to do stuff. Find some of those people to work with, network, because they can help. He said, you work out whatever you can pay them or what you can do. He said, you're gonna have some who gonna want to, just say, hey, man, I just want to devote my time to help because they believe in you. But still, try to help them out and give them something to help them build. Even if you give them other opportunities with other people where they can make money, that's still helping them build and grow. And that's kind of how I found my teams, is by finding different people who were looking for things to do. Somebody who wanted to do camera work. Because if I got somebody doing camera work, it's hard to try to be the videographer and the person in front of the camera. So it's like, if you find somebody who do the camera work, now you got a little more time to free up to work on your project. If you got somebody who loves doing writing, let them help in writing your skits. You give them ideas. Now that frees up a little more time. And that's what I did. I find different people to help me free up my time as well, to give me that time to work on the other stuff. And into it, that you find people who are part of other teams, and let's be real, people on some of the other teams ain't always happy.
Yeah.
And if they're always happy, they looking for somewhere to go. And it's not that you're still entertaining. You're like, well, hey, if you're looking for somewhere to go, I might have some opportunities that are available. Let's talk and let's see. And if you can find somebody, I like to find people who, if I can find somebody who's better at video work than what I am, I want to get them on with me because they're great at what they do. Let me put them in that position, let them in that position. I find somebody who's a better writer than me. I want to get them in to help write. Let them write for me because they're a better writer. If I find somebody who's better at helping share posts and they love doing that stuff, that's the people I try to bring in to help build that team and network that. And I try to deal with with graphic designers. I try to deal with not just one graphic designer. I try to deal with 3 different graphic designers. That way, I know those guys work with other people. But then, if one is busy, I got 2 more I can go over to and say, "Hey, can you put this together? What I need on this part here." So I try to have 2 or 3 in my team, 2 or 3 videographers, 2 or 3 graphic designers, 2 or 3 people who are writers. So then we can kind of pitch ideas to each other, and that way it helps everybody work. And if somebody's caught up on one part, another person can fill the void and do what we need on that part with. So it's I would say it's a medium team right now, but it's a growing team because I'm always building and adding more on that part with it. So and that's what we try to really help put together in doing our team and stuff like that. And some of them have their own companies as well, so I know they're doing other work outside of what we have, and then it kind of still works out because they're like I said, you're eating in different places, so everybody gets a piece of the pie. It's not one person just getting one whole pie. It's like, look, I like apple pie, blueberry pie, and all that different styles cakes. So it's like everybody gets a slice of stuff of what we're doing.
All right,
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of something similar to what I'm doing. I just want to get your take on it. How you go about how you build it.
And what you're doing, man. I mean, that's a good thing what you're doing there, man. But if you can find people in those roles, and I'll tell you another place to look, Leon, that's real good. And I've been blessed to be able to do this too. Look within the schools and the colleges.
Oh
because like with the colleges, you got a lot of kids got to do work for intern work. They're looking for a place to have to do stuff. So you got videographers, writers, different stuff on that part. People who are looking to be, social media content stuff. So you find those people in the school and they're fresh out, or still in there and looking for the next opportunity. You get them on your teams. They help build your team as well because obviously they got family and friends who are also looking to do some stuff too, and that just expands stuff. And you can get them and they'll work with you. And then they're going to share your content because they got to share some of that stuff for school projects. And all that does is it gives you additional following because now the people in that school, if they see your face or your product in that project or what that student's doing, they're going to go check out your page. They're going to check out what you're doing. Now you got additional fans and you got additional supporters who are just going to push out more because they want to see that student get that better grade and get that other stuff on that part.
Yeah. Right. That's some good advice.
Yeah.
You got some more questions, Leon?
Taking. I told somebody you was gonna be on my show today. I said, "Yeah, that show. Was it Lizard Lick?" He asked me. He said, "Was that real?" I said, "I don't know. I'm gonna ask him now. Was it real?" he said, "That was my show."
I'll say this to you: reality TV is based on real events.
Right.
Yeah.
It's based on real events. There are some things that they will add pieces to it on that stuff. But it is based on some real events and what you saw on that part. So and some of it is sometimes when they're sharing some of the stories what go on. So that's the thing about with reality TV on that part. So there's some stuff that's added, but it's based on real events.
What was that show at in North Carolina?
It's over in Wendell, like Lizard Lick, North Carolina, right there by the Wendell area, right there.
Okay.
On that part, yeah. So they do it right over there in that portion there, and love everybody over there. A lot of great people. Definitely fun times on that part too.
Lizard Lick.
You never heard of Lizard Lick?
No, I've heard a lot lizards.
Are you talking about a real animal or something?
No.
She talking about the car lot. That's the car lot right there where they say the lot lizards all themselves.
The truck stop or whatever.
Well, yeah, they say about people at the truck stop too. They call people at the car lot lizards, but then yeah, they call the people at the truck stop across working and workers. We can call them workers.
Yeah. Because they're working. Mm-hmm.
Hey, I told you he went to college with P. Nate.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah.
I love P. Nate. Shout out to P. Nate. Y'all know that's my favorite pastor.
And he tell us everything, but give us your little story about P. Nate in college.
Yeah.
Oh man, Nate, I love Nate. That's my brother right
Is he taller? Was he shorter in college? Like, did he have a growth spurt?
He was about the same size in college. But now Nate used to have this BMW he used to drive. And that BMW had it with the wheels. I mean, he kept it clean too now.
That's how he got Lady T, huh?
Yeah. They were together whenever he was in college. They were together then. And now Nate he was a trip. But now, Nate's thing was he had all of these mixtapes, and there was a DJ, Ron G. And Nate, that's all Nate would play. Every mixtape by him. I mean, he had it. I mean, that's all you hear him bumping the entire time. So Nate's a hip hop head. Now he would he would have a blast. He would have a blast. Now, whenever y'all talk to him, ask him about. There was this time whenever somebody was throwing a birthday party event. And the guy invited all of us to go, and it was in Spring Lake. So I had to go pick Nate and some other friends from college from Methodist, and we had to drive to Spring Lake for his birthday party. The dude was like, "Man, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be off the chain. Da 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 da. Everybody gonna be there. It's gonna be packed." We got to that party. I think it was like 1 or 2 people there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you just ask Nate the story about it because it's hilarious. And the dude, and he was charging like it might have been $5 or $15 to get in,
and it was only 2 people.
That's all it was. We paid, and you couldn't see the people when you were at the door to pay. You saw them when you got right around the corner. We paid to get in, and this dude Barbara Grow who went with us, he was like, "Dude, ain't nobody here." And they had these little snack trays of food. Bobby grabbed the whole tray, and we're like, "What you doing?" He said, "Ain't nobody here. That was my last bit of money. I had to borrow 5 of that to get in. I'm eating everything on this. This is what I'm leaving with." It was hilarious. And that dude played some song, and it was like, what was that? I like to thank you, God, for giving me one more chance. He played that song. We were like, what is going on
at the party?
That was Howard.
You ask Nate about it. He'll bust out laughing when you ask him about
it. Yeah, he might be watching.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna ask you, P. Nate. Trust me.
I'll tell you, Nate got some basketball skills now. Nate could handle on the basketball court. Yeah, we played basketball. We're on a basketball team together. He's also on that basketball court. Shout out to Lady T too. You gotta give a shout out to her also.
Yeah, I love Lady T. She knows that.
Putting up with Nate all these years, Lord.
That's that's my heart. Love Lady T. Love both of them actually.
Yeah, they awesome. Love both of them. Great family indeed.
Yeah.
Well, you got anything else to share? Did we miss anything? Anything else you want to let us know about?
Well, I will tell you this. I do have a podcast that will be coming up with me and Ronnie Shirley. We got that coming up soon, and we're working on we'll launch some stuff on that. I'm going to be growing some stuff with some more brand ambassador opportunities on that part. So have people just tune in and follow me. Lily Williams on Facebook, the Network King Lily Williams also on Facebook, or you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, the Network King Lily. I'll be sharing out some things too. I try to help people who are interested in looking for acting roles on TV and film production. So I do some stuff on that. I'll be sharing some stuff on there. People look for opportunities if you want to, get into that industry and get into that. So I'll help people out with that. And I want to give a shout out to everybody. Hello to Leon, all of your family, your sisters and everybody, and all the family brothers, everybody on that part, and everybody back home. So gotta give a shout out to them and thank y'all for having me on because I love what y'all are doing and continue to keep growing and building. I'm gonna be sharing this I'm gonna share more stuff on there too, and I'm gonna hit y'all up with some stuff too about getting y'all linked in because I want to be able to put this also if y'all are open to it, put it on the King Network TV channel as well, so we're running on Roku and all of that as well. Because definitely enjoy what y'all are doing, and congrats on everything you're doing. Continue to be a blessing.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
That connect when you're talking about it. I said I'll get with you on a later time. We'll talk about that, all the connections you got, all the connections.
Hey,
we'll do it. We'll make it happen. I mean, y'all got the whole gear with the hats too. I like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you one.
All right. What's up? I push it, promote it. We'll put something together with it.
Okay.
I like that.
Hey, you gotta hit. Matter of fact, we're gonna let Lily in this. No, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna put you in. This is what we're gonna do. I want you to go out with your phrase or your whatever you be saying. You know what you be saying. What you said at the beginning of the show.
Send us off.
Well, there you have it for another episode of the MPL4 podcast. Go ahead, Lily.
Y'all, you know what you gotta do. You know what you gotta do indeed. Check out more and more of the MPL4 podcast. And I'm the Network King Lee Williams. Today. Making it great.
Peace, y'all. It was a good
I love that.
Thank you so much. Y'all take care.
I love you, bro. Be in touch.